Namaste dear students. Today's bio class we continue the lesson Our Environment. Today we discuss about human impacts on the environment. Pesticides are poisonous chemical substances which are sprayed over crop plants to protect them from pests and diseases. These chemical pesticides mix with the soil and water absorbed by growing plants. When herbivores eat plant food, then these poisonous chemical pesticides go into their bodies, and when carnivores eat herbivores, then pesticides get transferred to their bodies. Human beings are an omnivore, eat plant as well as herbivores. So, the pesticides present in plant food and herbivores also get transferred to the human's body through food. So, pesticides enter the food chain at the producer level and in the process of transfer of food from food chain. So, the increase in concentration of harmful chemical substances like pesticides in the body of living organisms at each trophic level of a food chain. This is called as biomagnification or biological magnifications. Pesticides are non-biodegradable chemicals, so they get accumulated at each trophic level. For example, grass is eaten up by a grasshopper is eaten up by a frog, and frog is by a snake, and snake is eaten up by a hawk. In this food chain, hawk will have the maximum concentration of harmful chemicals in its body. Okay, this is all about food chain. Next we study about another two environmental problems caused by our activities. They are depletion of ozone layer and disposal of household garbage. Now we can study one by one. Oxygen gas is essential for life because it is needed in respiration. Ozone is also a gas formed in the atmosphere by the action of ultraviolet radiations on oxygen gas. The high energy ultraviolet radiation coming from the sun splits oxygen gas into free oxygen atom. The free oxygen atom thus produced are very reactive. One oxygen atom reacts with an oxygen molecule to form an ozone molecule. This ozone layer is very important for the existence of life on the earth because it absorbs most of the harmful ultraviolet radiations coming from the sun and prevents them from reaching the earth. Ultraviolet rays causes skin cancer and even eye diseases called cataract. So, ozone layer in the upper atmosphere which protects us from these diseases by absorbing ultraviolet rays coming from the sun. It has been found that the amount of ozone is getting depleted due to the use of chemicals that is called as chlorofluorocarbons, that is CFC. CFC are the chemicals which are widely used in refrigeration as a coolant in the fridges, fire extinguishers and also in aerosol sprayers. CFC released into the air reacts with ozone gas present in the ozone layer and destroy it gradually. Due to this, ozone layer in the upper atmosphere become thinner and allowing more ultraviolet rays to pass through it to the earth. So, in 1987, in an attempt to protect ozone layer, the UNEP, that is United Nations Environment Programme, succeeded in forging an agreement to freeze CFC productions. It is now mandatory to all the manufacturing companies to make CFC free refrigerators throughout the world. Okay, these are all about ozone layer. Next, about the uncontrolled activities of human beings are damage the balance and healthy environment more and more. All the waste materials produced by the various activities of man are poisonous to some extent and can be divided into two main groups. They are biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable wastes. The waste materials which are easily mixed inside the soil by the action of microorganisms like certain bacteria, they are called as biodegradable wastes like plant and animal waste, paper, wood, etc. The waste materials which are not broken down into the soil, these are called as non-biodegradable wastes. For example, plastics, polythene bags, glass, metals, etc. These household wastes are called garbage. If the household garbage or waste is not disposed properly, it can pollute the environment. Some of the important modes of waste disposals are recycling. Some industries melted and recycled the solid waste and remolded to make new articles. Next one, preparation of compost. Biodegradable wastes are converted it into compost by burying in a pit dug into the ground and used it as a manure. Next, about incinerations. Here, the burning of a substance at a high temperature to form ash. Next, about landfills. A landfill site where solid wastes are dumped in low-lying areas of ground and covered with the soil. Next, about a sewage treatment plant where dirty drain water is treated to convert it into clean water, which is then discharged into the river. And always follow the 3 R's to balance our environment, that is reuse, reduce and recycle, and use biodegradable materials, use and throw things which will save our environment. So, this way we have to manage the waste disposal and keep our earth clean and green. With this, we come to the end of the lesson, our environment. Okay, take care. Thank you.